What's up guys, Orion here, back with another video. So today, you will once again not be seeing all the games for my Trio Cash Cup this week, because we did pretty shocking, I'll be honest. There are a lot of mistakes that we all made in the early endgame, and that's what caused us to get the amount of points that we did, and that means that we didn't get PR unfortunately either. But I will be going through one game this week, and one game from last week's solo Cash Cup video, and tell you guys what I was thinking, and why I did what I did right, and what I did wrong. If you enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like, and comment down below which gun you most want to return in Chapter 3. Personally, I think it would be really sick if there was one mythic heavy shotgun, but you guys let me know down below. That would be awesome, I appreciate all of your support, and let's get into it. So right here I'm just based up in 4th zone. Not that much going on at the moment, down a mountain. Unfortunately, I would have rather been up the mountain, but I got storm surge tagged from about 200 meters away in dirty, so I had to rotate around the bottom of the mountain so they couldn't hit me. It was insane, man. Anyway, but just based up now, got some fish, got back to 190 HP, looking okay, mats are okay, and now I'm kind of just waiting on zone. You'll see how I edited those ramps there. That's if 5th zone pulled up, I would have had an easier rotate because no one would be able to shoot me in the back, and then I can just top. But anyway, 5th zone pops and it's not that way. Lucky for me, it's not uphill. And then I see that airdrop. So right now I'm thinking, okay, how do I get to it? So I start building cones out that way, just so I'm protected when I start running for it, because I want to go for it as soon as it gets on the ground. And now I'm just looking at my surroundings, seeing where everyone is and what my potential threats to getting this airdrop are. There's not many, especially seeing as I'm down a mountain. You know, when you're down a mountain, there's not a lot of sightlines on you, so I guess that's one positive of doing that this game. Now I see that brick floor. I don't think there was actually a person there, but I was thinking, nah mate, I'm getting this airdrop, you're not getting this airdrop. So I start building to it, and I get the airdrop. That's a pad and a spaz actually, I get a spaz out of it. One thing that really annoys me, and I'm just looking back at it now, I didn't pop the big pot that came out of that supply drop, but instead I ended up just padding, which was a very big mistake, because first of all it was in the middle of zone when it first started moving. I don't know what happened to me, because normally I never do that. Normally I'll just pad whenever zone catches up to me, but you know, so we did that. That was a mistake, and I didn't get to drink the big pot, so you know, I could be at 200 HP right now on the dead side of 5th zone on a mountain. So you know, but you know, we learn from our mistakes. So right now just waiting around, looking for a pick maybe. I only have 70 AR though, so I want to save at least 30 of that, because you don't want to get in a box with someone, hit them 100 with your pump, and then you have no secondary. Like, you just don't want to do that. Then I start getting pressured because I just reset my metal wall. You know, I just hold the builds, pop my shield fish, we're good. 6th zone pops, and it's up the mountain. Now, this is kind of a problem for me. I know I need to pad this zone, so now I'm just going to go to looking for a pad. And this isn't actually the hardest one spot, you know, it's right there. So, you know, I know I'm going to use that pad later, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get pumped behind me or something, or there was no one above me who was going to hit me, so I was going to wait. I had this idea in my head, I'm going to wait because I have floppers, you know. If you have floppers, you can make a lot more plays, really safely in Storm. Make a lot of storm plays. So right here, I wait to do that second pickaxe swing because I wanted that guy to wait. I wanted to wait for that guy to jump onto the launch pad. So right here, I land on all these builds. But this was actually the biggest mistake and what led me to losing the game, because I'm on all these builds, it means there's about 15 to 20 people of these 22 people alive on this side of zone, and if I'd have just gone around that right side, it would have been a lot less congested and I would have had a much easier rotate. And now I know I've got to drop down a little bit. I end up getting on this guy's metal stair, and I knew that he was going to shoot me, so I had to shoot him as well. Got a crack on him, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave it, stay in zone, pop my flops. Then I start making my way back into zone. Probably should have just built above me and kept going on that layer above me, but now I just pummel my binds and then I get pumped by Daisy. 19th, you know, I think that could have been a good game. It's just, I don't have that much endgame experience. I don't know. I definitely could have played that better though. I definitely could have used my launch at the right time and rotated around the right way. But you know, more scrims is just going to help with that. Now, this game that you're seeing is the last game from the Trio Cash Cup this week that I played with Jack and his friend Luke. We played the one the week before as well, and we were 1 point off PR. I think we were 3 points off it this week, so a bit disappointing. But this was the last game, and unfortunately we queued into a W key lobby, so we all got W keyed, but luckily we had enough pads, so I ended up using my pad and getting away, but the other two didn't. So now I'm just kind of looking around, trying to find a safe spot to hide. You know, just getting my mats back up. You want to be going into endgame with as many mats as possible. So that's what I was trying to do here. And yeah, I end up sitting in this bush for quite a while. Yeah, they're just saying right now, well, I couldn't even go for the reboot codes anyway, but I didn't want to reboot at all, because like they said, it's in the centre of the weeping, we get keyed. But right now, I think I'm on a dead side of zone because there's no one next to me. So that was pretty good. None of the 32 enemies were next to me. But the W keys, that's the gliders you see on the screen there. I just wanted to stay as far away from them as possible. And then fourth zone pops. And yeah, I think part of the bush was actually in. But it looked like I was only just not in zone. So
that's just stupid as.
Yeah, there you go, you hear Jack. Yeah, so this game is more about how you use solo clutch. I didn't, well no, I'd say I did everything that's sort of part of solo clutching except getting kills, but I didn't really need to for the whole end game pretty much. I just made a big timing mistake, which you'll see in a minute. But I'm not going to tell you for the moment. Honestly, not much else to say. In a bush, getting placement, I guess. So yeah, there you go. There's another point. So they died, and we had about like 64, I think, 64 points, and we wanted to get to like 80 for PR. I don't think we ended up doing that. I think we got 74, but yeah, I'm just getting all the placement right now. I'm just staying out of the way of people. If you're a solo, especially in trios, I know trios is over now, but if you're solo in duos or trios, yeah, duos not actually, sorry. If you're a solo in duos, then you don't want to reveal yourself to the solo, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm on dead side, and I'm in somewhere that isn't built out of, well, builds, so it's natural cover. Use natural cover so that people don't suspect it as much. So that's just my thought process for this zone, and now I'm waiting on the 5th zone. I don't have a pad, I don't have a car, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do, but there are a lot of trees which you can use for natural cover as well while you're rotating. Also, you can refarm them for wood, which is good to use because you will use a lot of wood on rotates as a general rule.
Be careful going into there though.
Yeah,
Crouch walk in, you shotgun it out.
yeah, I'm not sure what they're talking about now. I think they're talking about me going into the main building.
Okay.
But I think there's a guy rebooting here. He ends up getting screwed over by the W keys. You know, they kill him. Or just another team maybe. And then 5th zone pops. And I'm just thinking, you know what? I can run the whole way around this. So sometimes you can fully wrap a 5th zone. It does take a long time though, so if you're going to do this, you need to be decisive and do it immediately. Because if I didn't do this, I would be on the back edge of storm as it was coming in. So that's really not where you want to be. But I wait for these kids in front to rotate, or are they already gone? I think they've already gone, yeah. Yeah, Jack's saying right now, blending with the floor. I kind of do, I guess. But this would have worked without that anyway. So we've got 10 seconds until zone starts moving. I'm just crouch walking, making sure no one can see me. Hugging the tree just for a little bit. Just before people start shooting kids who are rotating. Yeah, there we go. Luke marks it for me right before I can. Nice one, Luke. And then the zone starts moving. So I just keep rotating. And I was thinking to break through that wood. Oh wait, no, I actually do. Yeah, I'll break through that wood. Just so people don't have a better angle on me coming around the left. And I just build up here. I think this might have been a mistake. I could have just gone in the building, like, yeah, so I wasted a couple of maps there. And then I could have refarmed all this wood, but I ended up not doing that. I could have got a few more builds by doing that. So just always be looking out for these things where you can get a few more builds out of something, because every map matters in endgame, even if it's, you know, a fraction of a build. In duos, you can still give that to your teammate and they'll make a few extra builds with the extra mats you give them. Or you can just repair some stuff if you need to. So right now I start getting lobby focused, but they can't find me. I just go around the left, and they start shooting me a little bit more now. So I'm just building a lot, trying not to reveal myself as a solo, and I think I do a pretty good job of that because they lay off me now. I start just tarping to 6 zone, and I just pop my med kit because, you know, I have 3. Might as well get the 20 extra health. And I have a little bit of space now to wait around for a pad. So now I'm just looking up in my cone for a pad, and I hear one get placed in a minute. Yeah, I hear one there. I thought those kids to the left of me were going to pad, but they ended up not padding, and instead someone placed launch here. I knew I had a med kit, so I knew I could do this. I ended up being on 30 HP, or 30 white HP, but I knew I could just use a med kit and get back up. So I land on this high layer away from people and on the dead side of moving zones. So now I'm pretty much safe, and I start building the wood now because I'm not getting pressured. And I do this 2 build tarp. This is very good to learn if you need to conserve mats. I think I did a really good job of mat conservation in this endgame. Now, right there, my teammates were saying get in a cone, and I actually say no, because if you get in a cone, you can easily get sprayed down. So I didn't want that to happen to me. So I just popped my med, and now I'm looking back to some people. I think they were going to come up on my wall, and then I hit him for 130, and he's like, nah mate, I'm not doing this. So zone pulls back, and I start tarping, and this was quite lucky, but I did also see these maps, and that's, you know, an awareness skill. But I recognised that I didn't pick up all the maps, so I go back and I pick up all the wood, and it turns out it's 500 wood. So now I'm cap wood, and I'm just building in wood. I'm making sure every angle is protected. I know I don't need to block my left because there's no one on my left side. So now I'm just trying to claim everything in front of me, and then, yeah, if you can farm builds like this, that's really helpful. And then right there, those kids build over my floor, my teammates call it, I stop going that way, and now I'm just getting in zone, boxing metal. You want to sort of tarp in wood or brick, and then full box in metal at the end of storm. So I take a tick here, because I'm thinking, you know, I've got 1 med kit left, I'm going to do a med kit play. Yeah, that's not my top, but it ends up being okay. And I end up finding that brick. Now I'm down to like 16 builds or something like that. And, you know, right now I'm thinking, I think I can drop low here. So, yeah, that's what I end up doing in a minute. So this is all someone's old builds, and I'm thinking, you know what, I don't wanna be here, so I end up just dropping. Because otherwise I'm gonna have to navigate through all those old builds, and I don't want to do that. So now I get front zone, and I think the mistake is about to get here. So 9th zone goes, and I'm about to medkit play. You know, you see I'm not moving. I have 4 builds at this, or 3 builds at this point. I go forward on that ramp, and my teammates are saying I didn't get it, but I thought I got it. And I end up dying with 0.2 seconds left. And yeah, I get pretty upset. I get pretty upset because I knew I could have prevented it. And yeah, it just really disappointed me. That was it though. You know, that's how it goes sometimes. You just gotta be okay with it. I mean, I wasn't for about half an hour after that, but you know, we gotta move on. I think that was a good game, and it was a good example of how not to mess up a medkit. Just don't go up a ramp and you'll be good. Pop it earlier, I guess, but you know, if you guys enjoyed this video, learned something new, and are excited for Chapter 3, make sure to be giving it a like, subscribing to the channel with notifications turned on, it helps me out a ton, and you won't miss any uploads from the next chapter of Fortnite. If that sounds good to you, make sure you click on those buttons down below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.